Let's see. How are we doing? Hello. Hi. Give me 1 second. I know you've given me a couple already, but give me just a few more so I can pull up the chat on here. I'm also thinking about potentially streaming in 2 places at once. I don't know if that's possible, but we're gonna try. Hello. Hi. Okay, cool. Hey everybody, welcome. It's me, Daniel, and I have an album coming out at midnight or 3 o'clock in the morning, depending. But because of that, I decided I'd do a little live stream. Why not, right? So yeah, this is an album release party, if you will. So the website that I'm releasing the music on, where you can buy the album and like download it and get access to liner notes and lyric sheets and a bunch of cool art and a bunch of stuff that we've just been working for, I guess, a little over 2 years now. And in my opinion, it's my best work that I've made so far, and I'm very excited to share it with you guys. But that site normally takes a small percent of, like, if someone buys an album, they'll take like 8% just to host your stuff. But one day, the first Friday of every month, which is called Bandcamp Friday, they don't do that. And their time is Pacific time. So Bandcamp Friday starts at 3 a.m. And that's when I'm going to be making the album public on their website. But before that, it's also going to be there for you to stream and listen to for free on YouTube first. If you look in the description of this video, you can find a link to my music channel. And if you go to that channel, that's where it's going to be at midnight Eastern tonight. The full album's going to be there, with the exception of a bonus track, but the bonus track is something most of y'all will probably have already heard. And then on March 2nd is when you're going to see it on Spotify and everywhere else. So within the next like 2 or 3 days, it's going to roll out everywhere, and it's going to be really cool. So yeah, because, or I guess in honor of that, I really wanted to just play some music for you today or tonight. And I see multiple people saying that it's very, very late for them, which I don't know. Why are you up? What are you doing? Why? I mean, I appreciate the support, but why? I don't really like the way the guitar sounds right now. Hold up. Does it sound okay for you guys? What is this? Okay, that adds like some weird chorus effect. I'm just gonna play something. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if it doesn't. Let me know if it sounds like absolute shit. And yeah, let's start with I don't know, an Alex G song really quick. Yeah. And then I'm also, like I said, I'm planning on maybe streaming both here and on my phone at the same time, because YouTube really seems to like me streaming on my phone, even though the sound quality is so incredibly bad. So, let's try it. I read my book today. I wonder if I'll get an A. I raised my hand today. I wonder if you'll know my name. I wandered back and forth. I wonder what my life is worth. I wandered back and forth. I think I'm on the second floor, and I remember remember you, and I know what you can do, and I know you'd do it too if time would just let you. I am a rocker now, I am a rocker now, and I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I am an animal, I am a cannibal, and I'll eat whoever the fuck I want. Are you okay? I'm not okay, in fact I'm sick today. I took a picture of my face, I look like a disgrace. You don't know me, I'm on the floor, but I'm just here to explore. And I remember you, and I know what you can do, and I know what you can do, and you know I'd do it for you. I am a rocker now, I am a rocker now, and I will do whatever the fuck I want. And I am an animal, I am a cannibal, and I'll eat whatever the fuck I want. La na 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 na. Thanks. How you doing? Hi. Let's see. How's it going? Hello, hello? Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm glad y'all are gonna, some of y'all are gonna be here. Thank you for listening. Yeah, like I said, this is an album release party. So, new album coming out. I'm gonna be playing a lot of original music and just kind of hanging out here. I wish there was an easier way for me to look at the live chat. Maybe if I pull it up on here. Let's see if it'll let me do that. I've never known a toothache this bad before. He's never known a toothache this bad before. Okay. Could y'all hear me okay? Did it sound all right? Hopefully. Maybe. Can I steal your little silly? No, you cannot. It is mine. It is my person. All right. Let's do some original material. I'm kind of tempted to just play through the whole album, but acoustically. So I may do that. All right, awesome. Yay! Well, maybe not the whole album. There's a couple songs on here that are actually difficult for me to play in terms of like I need to there's one song on here that I'm not even totally sure I will ever really be able to play live. I'm not sure yet. I'm still figuring out how I feel about it. But you know, whatever. All right. So, I'm just going to kind of go through the record song by song. Some of these will be new, some of them you may have heard before on these live streams. And all this stuff is going to be pretty much original. So, yeah, all this stuff is going to be original. So, here we go. Word vomit, that's what you're about to hear. Something I can spew upon your virgin ears. Awareness and a certain careful carelessness. Something to put all the emphasis on me. Misquotes and 1,000 selfish anecdotes. It's nothing new, it's nothing new, it's nothing that you haven't seen before. Word vomit. Thought I had so much to say, but my mind is blanked and my hesitation got in the way. Rule 1, keep your fucking mouth shut. Unless you want it ripped open and your teeth kicked in. We've got a plan. It's obnoxious and desperate and callous and stern. Light up the city and watch the skyscrapers burn. Then rule 2, as long as I can stand next to you, we'll embrace until our bodies turn blue. Radical hope and joy as resistance. My lips chafe as I get drunk on the sound of your laugh. One day we might regret writing the song, but you will never regret singing along. So scream so loud upon deaf ears, 'cause no one is listening and nobody cares. Word vomit, that's what you're about to hear. Something I can scream into your dying ears. I want to make art so bad you cry, 'cause the artist spent all his time alive. But I rot in bed until my breathing stops. Can clumsy expression save a soul as lost as me? Word vomit tonight as I walked home from the show. For the first time in my life I felt a little less alone. One day we'll haunt this place as the moon is devoured by the sea. On the off chance I'm no longer here, my soul was made immortal, being loved by you, my dear. Thank you very much. The song's called Word Vomit. Very first track on the record. Some of these, like I said, are a little bit difficult to play. But we're going to try it anyways. All right, this one's difficult to play for a different reason. This one's way better on the album. Like, this one's kind of hard to play acoustically, but whatever. We're going to try anyways. But also, if you're here and you are in like a really bad mental state or just not doing super well, I would probably recommend maybe not. I know the title of this stream is "We're Gonna Have a Party," and to me, for me, it is me celebrating the release of material I've been working on for years now, and just this project that's been coming together for a long time. But at the same time, there's a lot of very depressing lyrics on this record, the next song being a pretty good example of that. So, if you are easily like triggered by stuff or bothered by emotionally intense material, just throwing it out there. It's like a general warning. I hope you're doing well, and if you are in a well enough state to listen and digest the stuff that I've been putting together, well, then I welcome you, and I hope that you enjoy it. So, anyways, here we go. Gonna take control of her life back. One moment. Hey. I am currently doing a live stream, just so you know, and you're on it right this second. I can try to be quieter, if that will help. Say that one more time. Okay, cool, yeah. I can I can just talk. That could work. potentially. All right, I'll just talk. All right, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. All right, bye. Sorry about that. Okay. So it is rather late. I have been asked to not play music. So I can do something else. Hold up. One moment, please. All right. So we're going to change the plan a little bit, which means that I'll be able to interact more with you guys, which is cool. So what time is it? We have 40 minutes. I'm going to stream for 40 more minutes until the actual release of the record on YouTube. Honestly, maybe that was a good thing, because I was about to kind of play through the entire record acoustically, which maybe is not the best idea when I want people to go check it out. But on Instagram right now, I'm doing kind of a Q&A on my stories where people have been submitting questions and I've been answering them. And if maybe we could do something similar here. So I could answer questions if you had any. I could also potentially play one of the songs, not like playing it, but I could play it like on the computer. And I think the way my setup is currently set up, you'll be able to hear it. Let me see. One second. Let's figure that out. Because we could do more sneak peek stuff if that works. I also don't want to give too much away though. So let's figure this out. One second. Thank you for understanding, by the way. I appreciate it. I mean, let's see. I've already released Mistake. Let's see if I'm going to try to play this song. Let me know if you can hear it. You probably should.
When I wake up, I can't seem to find myself again. Endless mirror halls, distorted shapes of people I pretend. Now the words, the turns of phrase.
All right, cool. Let me know. Can you hear that? Is it going through? You can hear it? Cool. All right. So that is another angle that we could approach this from, is I could play some of the music on here. All right, awesome. But I'll save that for a little bit later. Is this going to be released on Spotify? Yes, it is. It'll be on Spotify by the 2nd of March, I believe. Let's do some Q&A stuff if anyone has any questions. So, a lot of you know me because I've been making video essays about horror stuff here on YouTube for quite a long time now. Trans rights. And keep getting ads and it's resetting the stream for me every time. Why though, YouTube? Why do you keep doing this? Monetization off, please. You know, the last time I did have it monetized, I got copyright claimed by myself, like by the distribution company that put out my music. Claimed my video, and that means that like the revenue from it still went, and by revenue I mean the 0.03 cents from the stream, still went to me, but it was a weird. Anyways, okay. Found you from the Opal video. I didn't make an Opal video, but all right. We've got some questions. Awesome. Hi. Okay. Let's go through them one by one. First off, we've got. I have a question. I was the one who made the distorted waves sped up version. How do you feel about it? I think it's awesome. I think my music slowly transitioning into nightcore music would be hilarious. I think that on my next record, I have to have one song that's like sped up, and then you have to speed that up so that now we're compiling, we're stacking the speed on top of each other, and then we're just doing speed, and that's illegal. And I don't recommend, like, I'm not gonna sit here and recommend to do speed, but like, anyways, yes, I thought it was very cool. Sometimes I have ideas for bits and then they just go on for too long. But no, I think I think it's awesome. Yeah, in the last like month, there have been a couple people who made like remix versions of my music. One person made like an edit of my videos, and it's just very surreal to see that type of engagement with my stuff. I guess it's very interesting, and I think it's cool. Then we've got opinions on step ladders. I think they're pretty neat. I think they're pretty cool. As a height challenged individual, I think that step ladders are necessary in today's society. And by height challenged individual, I mean that I'm very tall, almost too tall a little bit. Stephanie asks, "What's your favorite song on the album?" Thank you for the question. I really like the two really long ones, which is the very final, which is the title track, which is also the last track, and then there's one like 10-minute long song, as there always is on my records. If y'all are unaware, I've made multiple albums of original music, and yeah, I don't know. It's just, I like long songs. I have a lot of long songs on my work. Someone asked who did the great artwork on Giraffe. That was my sister, Layla. If you go to the link in the description, you can find the music videos that I made for my song Mistake and my song Giraffe. And the music video for Giraffe is fully animated, and it's really cool. And yeah, what's your favorite metal band? Let's see. I like metal music was for a very long time my main genre. I mean like 80s and 90s metal music though, like thrash metal music, and then I also like new metal music a lot. But like a lot of the current wave of metal music is not as much my thing. When I was a lot younger, I was very into like Metallica and Megadeth and all of that stuff. Obviously Metallica and Megadeth's earlier work. Favorite metal band? Maybe System of a Down, actually. That band was my favorite band for quite a while. I was obsessed with them. I thought their lyrics were so cool and also funny, and also like their politics, were very interesting to me. Everything about it was very cool. Yeah. So, anyways. All right. Stardrop asks, Daniel, I've got a question. Do you ever plan on making part 2 to Shop Pop Opera? It's been almost a year. Has it really been almost a year? That's fucking crazy. Yeah, I intend to. I mean, I said I was going to. I do intend to. Yeah, I don't know. I need the inspiration to hit me, I'm going to need to go back to that video and kind of take inventory of what my thoughts were at the time. I'm going to need to rewatch it. I'm going to, I'll have to, I haven't even started like scripting the part 2 to that video. So probably not super soon, but I do intend to return to it at some point. And I apologize that it was even a part one, part two. At the time, and still now, I'm trying to turn YouTube into a job if I can. Or not just specifically YouTube, but I want to be able to make stuff and support myself doing it. And for that video, it was one of the few times when like a company reached out to me to sponsor one of my videos. And it's not like they were offering a ton of money or whatever, but it would be like a couple $100, right? And that's for a 30-second to maybe a minute ad read. And that's way more money than a video normally makes all on its own. So it's, so at the time I had like a deadline that I had to get a video out by. So I was scripting a Shop a Pop Opera video, and then I kind of like cut it short so that I was able to get a video with their little advertisement in it out as soon as possible, which in retrospect wasn't a great idea. And the exact same thing that's happened twice, the other time being for the Local 58 video. And both times I have not been able to find the motivation to return to the same topic twice. So at some point I'm going to complete the circuit, and then yeah, I think the lesson that I've learned is not to do that, not to rush out videos, but it's very difficult when you get like an opportunity to, make to make what you're doing also be profitable as well as being something that you're interested in. So it's like a win-win, and it's like this opportunity and you really want to capitalize on it if you can. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, Local 58 Part 2, same. Yeah. Opinion on Undertale and its many AUs. I love Undertale. Undertale's very cool. I was never super into the AU stuff, but my partner is obsessed with Undertale as well. I played through the main game multiple times. I showed it to my siblings. Think it was very cool. I was very late. I was very late to it. I think I played it last year for the first time. What is your all-time favorite horror artist? It depends on what you mean by horror artist. I really like a couple different directors and then a few authors a lot. Like Stephen King's The Shining is one of my favorite books of all time. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people like the movie more than the book, and the movie's fantastic, but the movie and the book both have like different messages in my opinion. Thank you, Pandora. I appreciate it. And I hope that you enjoy the record when it comes out. Do you like My Chemical Romance? Yes, I do. But there's a lot of horror artists that I like a lot. It'd be very difficult to pin down just one or two. Yeah. That's a crazy question. All right. Someone says, question, I'm working on similar type music projects as you, very personal and very indie bedroom type things. Hell yeah. Any advice for musicians in positions such as mine? It's really hard. Like, it's harder than people would necessarily think. If you've already started working on it, though, then you're probably already off to a good start. Advice would be, look, I released 3 albums so far that have had no traction whatsoever. This one's coming out. I kind of suspect that it will do maybe a little bit better than the other ones because I have like a little bit of an audience now. But the majority of that audience comes from playing a few live shows and people seeing what I'm doing and being into it and then trying to find me, or people who found me from unrelated stuff who get like invested and then they might check out the music. There has been very little organic growth, and it's hard to market And yeah, so my point, I guess, is don't expect any like huge results immediately. You said it's very personal. My music is personal for me too. It's very cathartic for me. Make it for yourself. Put the emotion and the feeling. Make sure that's there. And I am very confident in myself. I believe that people will come eventually. I believe people will come all over the place eventually. Just kidding. But I believe that people will show up, you know? Just trust in your process and don't give up. I made multiple albums of music that have never been released anywhere because they sucked. So, like there were multiple years before I produced anything that felt like I could put it out anywhere. And even still, when I go back and listen to parts of Mania Machinations and Paper Skies, and to an extent The Sighting, but not as much The Sighting. The Sighting was had a lot less like filler stuff. But even when I go back to some of my old stuff, there will be tracks where I'm like, God damn, I wish I'd done that differently, or I wish that just wasn't there at all. So, yeah. Do you listen to Car Seat Headrest? Car Seat Headrest was my favorite band for about a year, and they're still probably top 3. Obsessed with Car Seat Headrest. I've got, they're like out of any band, I think I have the most merch from them, which means I have 2 shirts instead of 1. But yeah, I love Car Seat Headrest. Huge fan. Question: if someone started making thirst traps about you, how would that make you feel, considering that people do that for other YouTubers? It would be a little weird. I also don't know how you would do that, because all of my videos I record with a really crappy webcam. So like what material would you be drawing from to do that? But also it would be a little bit weird, because like I understand a lot of times they're supposed to be kind of like funny or goofy, but it also feels a little bit like fetishizing or sexualizing the creators when I see other people do it towards other content creators. And like if they're okay with it, maybe it's fine. I don't know. It still seems a little bit parasocial to me, although I realize it's the internet and people just do that. But I am in a committed long-term relationship, so it would feel a little weird. And I would be like, huh, that's a little odd. That's a little parasocial. But anyways, do you have a favorite of all of your songs out of all of my songs? Yes. I really like Deafening Silence and The Book Was Better. I really like my long tracks a lot. Semiramis is really cool, although I wish the like the way my vocals sounded was slightly different. But yeah. Yeah, System of a Down's fantastic. How do you feel about Therians? I only recently found out what that was, and I guess there's a lot of people who probably feel negatively about it, but I don't. I have multiple friends who are like furries, or like the reason I know what it is now is because I have a friend who is one. So it's I neutral, I guess, positive. I don't know. I have a neutral Milk Hotel opinion on that. Are we in the Q&A section? Yes, we are. Any words you want to say to any minors in the audience tonight? What a weird question. What a weird question. Honestly, it's a little like I understand like a teenager being into my material, but I have seen some people in the chat and also in the comments under my videos be like, "Oh, I'm 12 or I'm 10," and like I understand maybe it makes sense when I started the channel and it was about "Don't hug me, I'm scared." But like I really don't make content that is in any way intended to be family friendly. It's quite the opposite. I try I try to push the envelope quite a bit. I curse a lot. I make sex jokes and drug jokes and all the different... I actually don't understand why YouTube hasn't demonetized some of my videos. I think a lot of that type of humor can be funny. A lot of times it can be overdone, but if you do it smart, I think it's funny. And yeah, so I don't necessarily think any of my content is catered towards young children anyways, so I don't know. Be safe out there. That's, if you asked what would I say, that's it. Try to be safe. And yes, I know you didn't mean it weirdly. I realized that. What's your favorite guitar chord? Used to be E minor. And now it's, wait. Let me play one chord real quiet. I really like the way this sounds. And I also really like the way this sounds. Really like both of those quite a bit. I don't even know what they're called, but I learned this. It's kind of like it's a weird G because of learning to play an Alex G song called "I Wait for You," and then that is very fun too. And that's a spooky chord. I think that one's some type of like B, like some variation of the B minor chord. I think like it's closer to a B minor than it is to an E minor, but I don't know. Not totally sure. Fuck. Say your videos are 13 plus at least. I think they're 18 plus, generally speaking. Like literally, especially recently. But I 13 plus is fine. You know, that's the entire platform of YouTube is 13 plus though. I'm actually making a video about that right now because there's someone reached out to me and gave me some information about YouTube Kids and how fucked up some of the content on there is. And I'm currently scripting a video about that because holy shit, man. And it's so, sorry, this is off topic, but it's so annoying as a creator on this platform because my last video did get content striked multiple times. Before I had to keep cutting out like gory stuff. The last video being my review of the movie X. I had to keep cutting out, even though I really didn't show much the first time around, I had to keep cutting it shorter and shorter and shorter because YouTube didn't like what I was doing. This platform is supposed to be, you know, teenager and up. That's the whole point. There is a YouTube Kids app, so the fact that you can go on to YouTube Kids and see fucking weird ass content on there is so awful for so many different reasons, but it's also insulting because like the whole like I can't make content that's for an adult audience over here on the adult platform, but the kids content creators can make adult content. Cool. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, yep, YouTube Kids is weird as fuck. Anyways, so glad you made it. Welcome. Hey, everyone who's new, welcome. Hi, my name is Daniel here. We're doing an album release party, and I'm currently just answering questions. Is that Danny Profetti? Yes, it is. Yes. Smile HD. Yep, that's a good. Yes, that's a great example. Although I think that video was ever on YouTube Kids? Maybe it was. I have no idea. I know Local 58 got flagged and put on YouTube Kids at one point. Have you ever wanted to create horror stories of your own? I have. People just don't know about it, you know? Like, I've published a few things too. For example, hey, perfect way to plug this, but like, it's interesting because there's no way you would know that because my stuff isn't, it's interesting, right? Like I made original stuff for a long time and didn't have any traction. then I started covering popular stuff, and now I have like 60,000 subscribers, and I can post a video and it gets a few thousand views from people who will now go and check out like my original material. It's just it's interesting how yeah, I guess it's a good thing, you know. I'm glad I was able to figure out some way to drive traffic to my original stuff this early. Like in my career, I'm only 20. But yeah, so I have a book of kind of horror, post-apocalyptic short stories. It's like 20 pages long, if I remember correctly. It's a PDF, and it's associated with an album of music that I released called The Sighting, which is completely free on Bandcamp, and also everywhere else where you can find it streaming. But the book is on Bandcamp. So, yeah. When do you think your channel first started getting the most traction? Well, it started with the DHMIS stuff, which was, it makes sense that that's where it started. Because that, first of all, it was not only a trending topic, it was also, I changed the way I wrote videos. Before that, I didn't write videos. They were very podcast style, and I didn't really edit them at all. I uploaded a lot of videos to this platform, but I didn't know what I was doing. And I had been wanting to try putting more effort into my content, but it just seems so daunting. And anyways, when I watched the new DHMIS, I just immediately like had this idea in my head, this concept for just a video essay, just talking about how much I loved it, because I really, really enjoyed it. And also talking about a few key like differences between the original show. So there were a few different elements, and I sat down and scripted the whole thing. And then when I recorded it, I didn't really like the way that I looked in the video. So instead of just posting it, I edited it with clips from the show, and like then I started putting in memes and sound effects, and I cut it really close and made it kind of fast paced and uploaded that. And my friend Ryan, that's another thing. Everything kind of came together very nicely all at once. Right when I kind of needed it to, because I was at a very low point in my life right then. But my friend Ryan, who was learning certain elements of graphic design at the time, offered to help with the thumbnail. Like I was on call with him on Discord, and we were just talking. We might have been playing a game, and I brought up the concept for the video, and he just was like, "Hey, I could make a thumbnail if you wanted me to." And yeah, so that video, that I uploaded that the day before my birthday. Woke up the next day. I had a gig at a park. I went to that gig. Actually, like two or three people showed up for me, and it was one of the first times that had ever happened, which was really cool. And when I say a gig, if you're not aware, I mean like a music gig. I went and played original and covers and in a live setting. And then that night, I got home, checked my computer, signed into YouTube, and my video had like 40,000 views in a day, or 30,000, something crazy. And yeah, I immediately just started making more DHMIS stuff, made it a whole series, and then just moved on, just kept rolling along. But then you specifically asked, when do you think the channel started doing really well? Jack Stauber, part 1. I also kind of knew that video would do well. I didn't know, because I've thought before that a video would do well, and it didn't. But that video took a very long time to make and get right. But I had a very clear concept for it, and I thought it was a fucking fantastic video. I was very proud of it when I uploaded it, and it didn't immediately get traction. It took like multiple weeks before it started doing anything close to what the DHMIS stuff was doing. But then suddenly it shot the fuck up, and it was so cool. So yeah. Anyways, it was very cool. And then there was a period of time after that for a few months where almost every upload had at least like 100,000 views, and every upload did really well. Lots of people were engaged with it, and I did live streams very regularly, and people were very engaged with that as well. And it kind of slowed down, partially my fault because I didn't upload much for quite a while. Like I was uploading once a week or once every other week, and then it was like once a month, and then I didn't do anything for a month, and so that was very much my fault. Going into the new year, I made like a kind of a promise to myself to try to, because it was like working, and it was something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time, and then it was like working, and then I like let it stop. So I'm back and I'm trying harder than ever now, I suppose. But yeah, it's been fun. I enjoy doing it a lot. It's like perfect for me, man. Like I have always been very, very into just everything that goes into just doing stuff creatively is very interesting to me. I enjoy it. So, anyways, if you could make one of your projects be more popular that hasn't really been noticed, what and why? This album that's about to come out. Yeah, if you're here right now, I would love it if you would check out the record when it releases. Only a little bit of context, though. I'm really inspired by artists like Car Seat Headrest, Alex G, Mitski, Phoebe Bridgers, Elliott Smith, and then some industrial stuff like Nine Inch Nails. And if you're not into that style of music, it might just sound a little bit like shit to you, which, that's understandable. There's a lot of... It's supposed to, the idea of it is more earnesty than anything else. I also don't have very good recording equipment. Now I have a pretty nice microphone, but generally speaking, I don't have good recording equipment. And it adds a layer of warmth to the music when it's not being recorded perfectly, to a point where I almost wouldn't want to get perfect equipment at this point. But I also made a short film a long time ago and was going to make a series of short films. In retrospect, it's not the greatest thing ever, but I thought it was so cool. When I first started, I was a huge fan of it. It was very cool. Anyways, for some of us that are new here, can you talk about your life, what you did, how much school you took, what you do for a job, etc.? Sure. Growing up, I was homeschooled, and in a family and still I'm in the same family that's very religious. Not quite as much as it was when I was growing up, but it was a lot when I was growing up. To a point where like it was weird. It was a little, yeah, I don't know. I don't feel super comfortable sharing a ton about this, but just as a brief overview, I ended up doing a little bit of child acting when I was like, I think 11 was when it started, and it continued. I still consider myself to be something of an actor and a voice actor. I've worked on a few different projects here and there, nothing crazy. Like a lot of people always are like, "Oh, that's so cool," when I say I was an extra in The Hunger Games 3 and Stranger Things, the first season of Stranger Things. But I'm more proud of, there was like a couple horror short films that I was in as like a named character with lines. Recently I had one line in a show on Amazon, I think it's Amazon Prime, called The Underground Railroad, which is a really good show. I was also a main character in a educational show for kids, which is was a very cool project to be a part of. I was in it was like a show and then another spin-off of the show and then a movie. It was so cool. It was a very interesting experience. And when I started working, which was like when I was 15, 16, I worked at a factory packaging computers for a while. Before that, I remember like walking dogs, which I did multiple people in the neighborhood, and it was like an everyday thing. And it took a few hours to do it. So when people ask about what jobs I've had, I do often say that, even though that's not really a job. And then around the time of the pandemic, um, I kind of stopped. I didn't really have work, um, and I focused a lot more on this type of thing, which was already my passion. I've been a writer since I was like 12. I like journal and constantly write stuff. I was writing songs and music and stories and scripts, and I was just so, and still am so, almost overly ambitious when it comes to stuff because I don't have like resources to do much. But the restraints help. Um, I grew up in a very, very, very low income family, um, and that still hasn't really, yeah, I'm working on it. But we moved around a lot when I was a kid. Um, this is a lot of information. I don't know. I completed a little bit of college because I was dual enrolled for a while, which is technically like getting college credits for free, and I finished high school. I have not gone back to college. If I do, it'll be way later in life. I don't intend to do it now. Um, right this second, I am working on a lot of different projects. Thanks to the success of some of my other stuff, it has allowed me to like keep moving forward with all of this, um, while also like paying rent and stuff. So it works out. Um, anyways, all right. I just spoke a lot about one question. So let me go through some more. What's your opinion on Invader Zim? My partner introduced me to the show. I was unaware of it beforehand, and it's good. I enjoy it. La da da da. Do you know that your audio and video aren't synced, or are you doing that on purpose? I am not doing that on purpose. Hold up. That is annoying as hell. Hello. Is that any better? That should have fixed it. I think it will. God damn, that's annoying. It was probably like that the whole time, wasn't it? Let's see. Do you ever plan on covering Opal? Yes, I do. At some point, if I can. Did that worked? Fuck yeah. All right. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. I knew. That's what's annoying, is that I saw it when I went to switch all of this stuff earlier when I stopped playing music. I noticed, and I just assumed it was just on my end. I didn't. Yeah, that was stupid. But yeah, all right, it's fixed. Hell yeah. Okay. Wait. Are you serious? There was a talent at my school, and I played today. I forgot to keep myself alive. Is that real? That's fucking awesome. That's amazing. Oh, it is 3 minutes till midnight. That's true. Damn, time flew. Okay. All right. So, like I said, new album coming out in about 2 minutes. I'm pretty excited. Will you ever go to conventions? I would love to at some point. I think it would be a good way to meet new people. I think it would be a good way to potentially meet other content creators. Because I do want to continue doing this. I really enjoy it. It's very fun for me, to be able to like ramble about stuff that I'm interested in, and also like learn how to do certain elements of storytelling. I also feel like I've gotten a lot funnier since starting doing this. So yeah. TMNT. What is that? What do you mean by that? I have no idea. I have no clue. I want to learn guitar, and the second song I want to play on it is Go to Bed, first being Vampire Empire. All right, few things here. First. Okay, Go to Bed is super easy. There is a chord chart for it on ultimateguitar.com. If you go on there, type into their little search bar, Daniel Profeta, Go to Bed, it'll pop up. I wrote it and put it there. Super easy. And Vampire Empire is also fairly easy. Yeah, that one's easy too. So it depends though. Like I use simplified chord charts for a lot of my stuff. If you were to play the exact perfect correct version, it'd probably be a little more difficult. But then someone else said I would play Paper Skies at my talent show, but I don't know if I can learn it in 3 months. The whole song is C, F, and like a variant of D. The entire song until like the bridge. But you could like do something different for the bridge if you wanted to. And the bridge really doesn't have that many complex chords either. The bridge is, I think the only thing that's added is an A minor and a G. But that song's super easy to play. One of the easiest in my entire like discography. Like Paper Skies is super simple. What genre do you usually listen to? And do you want to explore more music genres? Oh, I explore genre. I listen to music constantly. But it is 12. So we're going to go ahead and give me a second. Let me start this. Damn, there's 40 people here. Hell yeah. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Again, link in the description. I would really, really appreciate it if you checked this out, because I'm about to go through and just, I got to do this manually. So give me 1 second. Now the actual, if you are able to, I would love it if you would get the album. Like, obviously I would love it if you'd get the album. It's on Bandcamp. I think it's $10. You get, in addition to a download of the album, which is yours forever, you also get access to like liner notes and all the lyrics and cool art. And also it really helps, the support is really appreciated, and, thank you. But if you're not able to, or, you just want to just check it out, I'm currently uploading it to YouTube, 1 track at a time. It's going to take me a couple of minutes, so I'm going to go do that, actually. I think I'm going to end the stream here. It's 12 midnight. Nothing was like set to go off, so I have to go do it manually. But thank you all for being here. Is Lightning in a Bottle hard? Lightning in a Bottle is more difficult. I could teach you though. Like, Go to Bed is also Go to Bed's not hard, but there's a lot of chords in it. Lightning in a Bottle is like a different tuning though. So, my friend's question for you: what's your favorite My Chemical Romance song? I mean, I really like Teenagers. Teenagers is a very fun song. I also, obviously, the Black Parade. I like that whole album a lot. I actually think that the one before it might be a little bit better, but, and your question is, how gay are you? Do you act gay sometimes? What does that mean, to act gay? What does that mean? On one hand, I understand and think that it's kind of funny. But on the other hand, to say someone acts gay for the ha-has, isn't that technically kind of homophobic to, like, stereotype, like, a certain type of behavior? Yeah. Anyways, you could make a bunch of tutorials for your music. Yes, I could. I could do that. All right. Yeah, Teenagers scared the living shit out of me too. All right, my friends. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Again, if you're here right now and you have any time, within the next like 5 minutes, all of those songs are going to be up on the music channel, link in the description. Go check it out. I'm going to go do that. So yeah, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night. Thank you so much for being here for my album release party. And we are Legion. Stay tuned. I think I'm not going to upload another like real main channel video this week, but next week there's going to be expect a video next week. So Yeah, I've been occupied with this project release. So yeah. Anyways, all right. Have a great rest of your night and go listen to my music, or else I will come to your house and kill your family. Unless you're into that for some reason, in which case I won't unless you listen to my music.